good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. We are now live with Ask Muneeza. We're only going to do one Ask Muneeza this week. It's happening today. I know we weren't able to go live last week because I was on the verge of losing my voice. And here we are. I'm feeling a little bit better, so I've got my voice back. Um, in, but I'm still I still feel a little cruddy. There's a little sort of stuff coming up, but it's all good. We're here to do Q&A with you guys. So let me get to it and let me get to your questions. All right. So we have some awesome questions this week that I want to dive into. If you're jumping in, tell me what you're doing, what in the world is up with you. Tell me if how your week is going so far. And I know it's only Monday, but a lot can happen between the start of the weekend and Monday. Hey Rosie B, nice to see you here. Okay. So Veronica Lubenko asked, what do you think about period underwear? Safe or no? So I think some period underwear contains copper threads or silver threads, which you want to keep away from touching your nether regions. And because you don't want a transfer of toxic heavy metals into one of the most sensitive parts of a woman's body. So make sure that if you're going to use period underwear, that you're finding something that doesn't have the copper threads or the silver threads going through it. They put those into the cloth in order for the cloth to not, to prevent against infections and things of that nature. So I'm not a huge fan of that, by the way. I do have period underwear myself, and I always wear a sanitary napkin on top because I bought them before I knew that they contained these threads. So I'll still use mine, but I make sure that I use a sanitary towel on top of that. But yes, if you can find a clean period underwear, I think it's a great option. Um, Hi, Angelica from Sweden. Hey, Malika. Nice to see you here. Our next question is from Nora Westby. She says, protein deficiency on blood tests for a couple of years. So, what can happen when you are healing? And this is a very key piece of information that many people when they're healing or, working on their diets and what have you, you're cleaning up your diet, you're cutting out dietary fat, you're cutting out kind of more toxic ingredients, and blood fat levels over a period of time start to go down. As your blood fat levels go down, the higher levels of nutrients that are living in your blood also go down. The reason is that it allows the lowering of fat in the blood allows the nutrients to enter cells and organs like B12 or, you know, zinc and what have you. And so as your fat levels, blood fat levels go down, and you're able to have more nutrients go into your cells and into your organs, it causes a drop in blood levels of nutrients and things like that. This can be a bit misleading, and a doctor who takes your blood work at this time will probably tell you your vegan diet, your plant-based diet is not working for you, so you need to go back to adding in meat. And when you add in meat, those nutrient levels start to go up because they cannot leave the bloodstream to get into the cells or to get into the organs. So because of that, they then tell you that, oh, see, now since you started adding in animal protein, your blood levels of all your nutrients have gone up again, which means you're healthier again, but you weren't healthier when you were healing and cutting out the fat. So this is a very important thing to remember. And also know that when you do it for long enough, the correct way, healing the correct way, going plant-based the correct way, will allow nutrients to eventually build up in the organs, build up in the cells. And once that happens, then your blood levels restore and come back to a normal level, at which point you are now truly healthy and repleted of your nutrients. So I hope that makes sense. If you guys listening, hello to everyone coming on. Ask me a question in the chat box. I'm happy to answer it for you. But for those of you who are listening to this answer, does this make sense to you? Does this make sense to you? Okay, so let me know if this answer makes sense to you. Hey, Kayla, nice to see you here. Hi, Alicia. Okay, so Donna Rosso. Welcome, Donna. How are you doing? You're asking about Thurber syndrome. So are you dealing with this? Is a friend or a family member dealing with this? Let me know. Let me show you up your question. So I have a question from Donna Rosso. Can you talk about Thurber syndrome? So basically, if you're using medical medium information to understand what is at the root of basically any kind of dis-ease, imbalance in the body, autoimmune condition, things like that, you have to know that he identifies like 4 main sources of poisons that can be in our body: toxic heavy metals, radiation, pesticides, and viruses. So so anytime that there's, I think Thurber syndrome is about obstruction of blood flow, but I'm not sure if that's 100% what you mean or what your family or you're dealing with. But either way, cleaning up the body fluids using medical medium protocols will always help to remove these poisonous impacts that or exposures that we're dealing with, and allows us to heal, right? It allows us to do better. So if you are dealing with some kind of syndrome, know that usually there's heavy metals involved. So you've got to do the heavy metal cleanup, like the morning cleanse, like, lemon water, celery juice, and heavy metal detox smoothie. These are like the basic steps that you want to start to bring in, and always follow like a basic antiviral protocol. Like, for example, using the Core 7 is B12, zinc, micro C, lysine, cat's claw, lemon balm, licorice root. These are the baselines, right? So you want to bring in a lot of tools. And the thing is, when someone's dealing with a syndrome, it's one person's syndrome is often different than another person's syndrome, because what your person has going on, they could be a little bit different than the next person. So you can use the medical medium tools to adjust based on the symptoms that you're experiencing rather than the name of the syndrome. Does that make sense? All right, so Dina says, I woke up this with a bruise and swollen knuckle on my middle finger. What immediate things can I do? I'm taking arnica cream already. I don't recall hitting it, just lots of overuse of hands. So nettle leaf would be a big one. Silica would be a big one. MSM would be a big one to help with that. Let me know if that makes a difference, and I hope you get better soon. All right, so Kayla says, really could use healing, pretty please. I'll make sure that I say a special prayer for you. Let us know what you have going on or what you would like help with. Our next question is, Monique, welcome from the Netherlands. I love that so many people from around the world tune in to listen to this to this Q&A. All right, so our next question is from Corinne. Hi, Corinne. Nice to see you here. I've been sun sensitive for at least 3 years. It's a bit better now. Do you think that having sunglasses when it's sunny can make a difference? Before I had sunglasses on, but not all the time. I know my healing has improved, so perhaps, yeah, there's no harm in trying that out. Go for it and try it out. And I think that your sun sensitivity will continue to improve as your liver improves, and keep me posted on what you have going on. Um, Alicia G, does aloe vera have glucose? All fruits and vegetables have some form of glucose. All living cells have to have glucose in them, because if they don't, they wouldn't be able to, um, what's the word? Be able to kind of find nutrients. All living cells have glucose in them. So does aloe vera have glucose in it? For sure it does. In fact, I believe in in Life-Changing Foods, Medical Medium outlines one of the types of glucose that is contained in aloe vera. Um, I'm just thinking what it is. It's at the tip of my tongue. Like I can even picture where it is on the page. But yeah, if I think of it later, I'll definitely let you know. But um, but yeah, it's got, like, for example, aloe vera, he says, has tons of trace minerals. That's actually, it's like a beautiful thing to bring in mineral salts because it has tons of trace minerals. And um, it does have glucose in it, a certain form, a particular form. Okay, so also, Dina, for your bruised finger, aloe would be really great. All right, coming back to the chat thread that people posted their questions ahead of time. Bee stings, good or bad or nothing? Do they trigger EBV and other viruses? Can they make conditions worse? Bee stings. So the year that I had my bite on my arm of this poisonous spider, I got stung in that arm by bees 5 times, and it swelled me up like you wouldn't believe. It was crazy levels of reactions, and I struggled a lot. So when I say that, yeah, it was problematic, bee stings can be extremely problematic and can trigger more symptoms and Lyme disease, which it did for me. So I don't believe in bee venom therapy. I think that it can be quite problematic. Okay, our next question is from Anna. She says, I'm 50 years old, have hot and cold flashes, have had a few periods in a year, menopause or viral. It's hard to say without speaking with you, Anna, because there could be so many other things going on. If you're having hot and cold flashes and you have a reduced period, um, I would have to look at other symptoms. Are you having other EBV symptoms? Because very likely, if you are, then I would say that you may be in perimenopause, because by the age of 50, some women do start to transition over to perimenopause, and that could be a part of it. It may not be full menopause, but it could be perimenopause. Pernille says 8 months in on MM. Oh, coming back to Anna's question, even if it is perimenopause, you still have to deal with the viral condition that you are experiencing. So I would say, yeah, for sure. Make sure you're supporting yourself with the correct viral protocols for the flare that you're having, right? Um, Donna Rosso, about your sister with Thurber syndrome. She's having a lot of swelling. I would say then her liver is under strain and it would need to heal. That would be the first place to focus on. Okay, next. So, how long after the critter or the plague Can one keep taking increased amounts of supplements? I would say until all any other viral symptoms that you are dealing with since the plague um, go away, and you can achieve some stability with that. Yeah, that would be the place to sort of land with that, because it makes it's really hard to give a broad number, because everybody, as you know, Maria, is very unique, and you need to take supplements until your body needs them. Once you're done needing them, you can move on. Okay, our next question is from Pernille. She says, 8 months in on MM, and first my eyesight got better, but now it's worse. Will it get better again? If you do the right tools to help your eyesight, removing toxic heavy metals to improve the eyesight, clearing debris that's coming from the liver that can cause floaters and blurry vision, and supporting your adrenals, which also can contribute to blurry vision, then yes, there's a good chance that your eyes can get better. So I started when 11 years ago, when I started medical meeting protocols, my right eye was a minus 4.25, and my left eye was a minus 4.25, and my right eye was a 3.75, and I needed glasses for that correction, and now my glasses are 1.25 and 1. So over these years my eyesight has improved just with the protocols I've been doing, and I haven't really done anything specific. But for example, I drink lots of blueberry juice, wild blueberry juice, and that supports the eyes. But a lot of the things that I do anyway in my protocols support the eyes anyway. um Okay, next question is from Colonian. She says, I'm 37 years old, diagnosed with diminished ovarian reserve. Hubby says sperm count low and motility. Any advice? Gosh, clean up hubby's fluids. Do some 369s. Cut out the eggs, dairy, gluten, corn, soy, canola. Like, cut all of those things out, and bring in the heavy metal detox smoothie, bring in the celery juice. All of that can lead to improving fertility. Zinc is really important in men for fertility. For women, it's really important to bring in, like, do all the things I just suggested for the men too, and bring in like nettle leaf, red raspberry leaf, and what have you. Brooke BI13 says, why do my feet stink lately? They never used to. You could be having some ammonia permeability going on in your gut. That's why. What is the cause of postnasal drip? It is often streptococcus in the sinuses that causes that. Will you post the webinar for those of us who couldn't make it? Yes, we posted a replay already. If you missed the webinar yesterday, 3 keys to abundant energy and reclaiming your health. It is the link to it is on my stories on Instagram right now, so make sure you go watch it. What is the best protocol to get strep out of your nose? Silver spray, golden seal spray. Doing an anti-strep protocol can be important. Um, the core 7 is important. Zinc, B12, micro-C, lysine, cat's claw, lemon balm, licorice root, plus bringing in golden seal, lomatium, eye bright, oil of oregano, thyme water, higher doses of lemon balm. All of these are really important. Okay, next question. Ways to restore liver gluconeogenesis, glycogen, best tools, how to avoid edema. All right, this question's not making sense to me. Sorry. So, can you wean off hair loss medications and still keep your hair? Yes. Yes, you can help many women with this. It's been pretty amazing for them to be able to let go of medications, but also help lots of women recover from like alopecia. Hang on, guys. My laptop is not plugged and it's about to die. Hang on one second. So, what I was saying was, I've helped women recover from alopecia, I've helped women recover from just general hair loss. So, you can recover from those things and still keep your hair, but the key to that is helping your adrenals. And if you want to know how to help your adrenals, go watch my free webinar that is on my website and on it's on my Instagram stories. So go watch that because it'll really, really help you. How can I manage adrenal snacking if it's really busy during work? So if you're struggling with adrenal snacking during work, turn the adrenal snacks into smoothies and just sip like you would water. All right, so new announcement. If you guys don't already know, we have a massive sale going on all of my courses. So all the self-paced courses are 25% off. The self-paced courses are bigger courses, and all the master classes with all the different topics are 50% off. So it's a spring sale. Go check it out. I hope you'll avail of it. Monique, you watched the webinar. Thank you. You enjoyed it. I'm so glad. So I hope that you guys will jump in and avail of that. Okay, next question. Um, I lost my curves due to losing toxic cellulite. Did I lose my curves forever? No. Your body will settle in and curves will resume. Make sure you're drinking a lot of cucumber juice, eating melons for silica, aloe. All of these will bring you back to yourself. Best supplement for bloating. Best supplement for bloating is changing your diet and doing a mono cleanse or the nerve gut acid stabilizer shot, which is 4 cups of parsley juiced or 4 cups of cilantro juiced, which can really help, and so can aloe. So there's actually no supplement that helps with bloating because stomach issues are best handled using foods. Um, how to reverse skin sagging and drooping above the eyes. And I would say, again, silica, silica, silica in the form of aloe, water in the form of aloe shock therapy, which is having aloe throughout the day in the form, like if you have severe eczema or skin issues, that can help. Um, Cucumber juice, melons, coconut water, silica, living organosilica, all of these things can help to do that. So, all year round sneezing and blowing the nose every day is caused by strep in the sinuses. That is correct. How can you heal that? If you go to my blog, I outline how to work with that. High doses of micro C, golden seal, curcumin, reishi can be very helpful. Um, if says don't mix fat and sugar together, then why do most of his dessert recipes have the same? So, dessert recipes are not healing recipes. They're designed to keep you transitioned over into the program. They're designed to help you with social settings. They're designed to help you to have a treat once in a while. So if you had to do a mix of fat and sugar once in a while, that would be okay, but it's not something that you would be able to do every day and not develop insulin resistance with. But it was a great question. So, Alicia, you watched the webinar as well and you enjoyed it. Thanks for showing up and thanks for being here. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't watched the webinar, please go watch it. Remember, we have a sale going on. You don't want to miss the sale because there's only one more day left for the sale. Grab the classes and the support that you need to get your answers. And like in those master classes, I do Q&As with people and you get to hear the answers to these questions that you are asking here today in so much more depth that I can share here on social media. All right. So our next question is, can I open my Vimergy capsules and add powders in my smoothies? Yes, you can do that. Why do age spots appear on the body where sun exposure is most prevalent? Because the sun draws out poisons from inside our body to outside. Why does one's nose run after lemon water and celery juice? Probably because you are experiencing a strep flare that's not related to those two things. If you have gas from celery juice, then HMDS after 3 years, that means that your gut needs more attention. Focus on a mono cleanse, bring in some fennel tea to help with gas. If fennel tea doesn't help, go to fennel juice. All these things can make a difference. All right, so coming back to the questions on our YouTube channel, where do you get Golden Seal spray? So Golden Seal, I suggest making your own. And go to my blog, go to www.muneezaahmed.com, muneezaahmed.com, and you can find the recipe to make the spray over there. All right, so is there an easy way to tell another person whether their actions stem from trauma or inherently evil? I don't think there's an easy way at all. That's not an easy question at all, Hannah. It's very tough. You need to work with a professional. Starting point for Lay's disease. The starting point for all diseases, for all problems, start with the you have to start with the basics, right? You have to start with cleaning up the body, helping the liver. And one of the key tools that I created to help you guys have, like, everyone asks me these questions about where to get started. So I'm going to post a link right now to my free course, which basically helps you get started with the basics and also points out to you the most common pitfalls that can occur when you are most common pitfalls. It's called my Healing Chronic and Mystery Illness Roadmap to Healing. So please click on that or click on the link in the chat box and it will take you there. And you can work out, there's 7 videos. They take you through the basic steps. They teach you how to start the basic steps and go from there. All right, so next question is it okay to have fresh aloe after CJ? By all means, but I would add a little bit more glucose to it, like orange juice or even watermelon. Kayla says that she's 34 and that something is causing her scalp issues and hair thinning. So if that's the case, again, Kayla, if you haven't already started, I would follow this course, which is the Roadmap to Healing Chronic Illness. You can go to my website, click on and you see my picture right up front, right underneath that is a link to the course. If you cannot link in from here, go find this course. It's free 7 videos that show you how to do the basic steps to get started with chronic illness healing, and it shows you how to move forward. And of course, I also have a lot of courses that can help you with that. All our stuff on adrenals will help you with your hair loss. So we have like 3 adrenal courses right now that are on sale. So Kiki, licorice helps with bloating according to AW. Yes, that's written about in the life-changing foods book. However, if you're not taking care of your diet, licorice isn't going to do much. So diet's the most important thing for gut issues. So what is the best thing to heal hyperreactivity? I follow Strictly for 4 years with lemon water, celery juice, HMDS, no fats, no grains, and follow Shingles protocol, and I'm raw most days. So if you're having hyperreactivity, you have to know that this is a liver issue. Have you ever done a 369? If you haven't, I would highly suggest that you do and make your way through the simplified, original, and advanced 369 cleanses to help the liver calm itself down and hyperreactivity can resolve. I actually have actually have a blog article about reactions and sensitivities. So if you want to, please go watch that or read that. That can be helpful. Next question is from Veronica. Is bioidentical progesterone a type of HRT that is recommended if needed? Yes, it can be recommended, but Medical Medium recommends it in the form of yam cream that is on his website, and it's also on my Amazon store. Um, So Archangelica says, what could be the reason for a swollen leg? It started with pain and weakness in my knee, and the swelling came knee and down, including my foot. It could be an infection. So I would get that checked out, make sure it's not cellulitis or other kind of infection going on. Does sea salt trigger the adrenals? Sea salt, he hasn't directly said that sea salt triggers the adrenals, but it preserves poison. So I wouldn't do that anyway. I do think it can stimulate the adrenals as well because I can feel it when we eat salty foods that it can do that as well. But often salty foods have fat in them. So, you know, if that's what's happening. Yeah, but even when I eat no fat foods with a little salt in it, I can feel a trigger. So there might be some truth to that. I just cannot say it because medical mediums never confirm that. All right. So, can we use only frozen aloe if the only ingredient is aloe? Yes, sure. That would be great. Elle, thank you for coming here. Thank you for being here. What are the benefits of ALA? ALA can really help with nerve repair and nerve support. So it's a really great supplement for people who are, um, neurological or and dealing with neurological issues. Um, so my dad's arms get pink and every spring and summer. I think they're a little sore or itchy. If that's the case, then you want to work on that liver. The liver is the reason why you're getting that soreness and that itchiness and what have you. So make sure that you're getting him liver support, right? So curcumin, micro C, reishi are all helpful tools at this time, but really make sure he's getting that extra support. Um, Benedetta, hello, nice to see you here. Hi, Carolina, nice to see you here as well. I'm so sorry that you became weak and fainted. Could it be a reaction from heavy metals? Um, it can be a number of things. It could be a blood sugar thing. It could be a blood pressure thing. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you unless I spoke to you. It's so specific in your case, and I'm so sorry. That's got to be so hard. Um, you've got to be checking your mineral salt balance too. Have you been to a doctor? I would suggest that you go. Um, all right, guys. I am fresh out of time for this Q&A. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you check out the webinar that's going on right now. Its link is in my stories. Check out our spring sale, and it's only on for one more day. So make sure you grab the classes that most serve you. We have classes on women's health, healing meditations. We have classes on adrenals, 3 classes on adrenals. We have the Flourish Children's Health Program, which covers fertility, it covers conception, pregnancy, birth. It covers children's health from toddlers to young children to teenagers, all the way from 0 to 18. So please make sure you check it out. It's got a big component of parenting information on how to get children on board with healing protocols. So I hope that that helps. For all of you who are asking about seasonal allergies, I've got tons of tips on my blog. Please go check those out. And immediate relief from itchy eyes is my golden seal spray. It's also on my blog, Lori, and silver. Margaret Hurst, I learned so much from the webinar. I'm so glad that you did, Margaret. Definitely let me know what you learned, what was so fascinating and interesting. Carolina, please contact my office if you would like support. Um, I am not doing individual consultations, but we will try and get you the support that you need. All right. Take care, everybody. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye, all.